Sergey Lavrov just called Ukraine the tip of the iceberg. Which iceberg is he really referring to? And if Ukraine is the tip, where exactly is the base? We will tell you all about it, but before that, if you're a fan of non-corporate funded free news and analysis, you've landed on the right YouTube channel. Okay, let's begin. Following World War II, two major power blocks emerged. The United States championing a capitalist system and the USSR advocating a communist regime. Initially allies during the war, they soon turned into adversaries, sparking the prolonged period known as Cold War. However, the dissolution of the Soviet Union in 1991 marked the end of this era, along with the widespread influence of its communist ideology. Despite this, there was an ongoing concern in the US that communism will spread, fueled by the growth of countries like China, North Korea, and Vietnam. In the aftermath, Russia emerged from the remnants of the USSR and sought to establish friendly relations with the US and Western nations. Nonetheless, with the exception of Donald Trump's administration, successive US presidents maintained a stance of hostility towards Russia, a policy whose rationale remains within the purview of American strategic circles. Russia's abundant natural resources present an opportunity for cooperation, yet the West has opted for a confrontational approach. Western media often caricatures Vladimir Putin as a formidable adversary, wielding poison as his weapon of choice, which has influenced public perception in the US and the West, casting Russia in a negative light. In response to this enmity, Russia has fortified its defense capabilities, producing world-class weaponry at an unprecedented rate and fostering alliances with significant global economies like China and India. As traditional methods to subdue Russia proved ineffective, the West resorted to encircling Russia with NATO member countries. Notably, the rationale for NATO's existence, counteracting Soviet expansion, became obsolete with the USSR's collapse, raising questions about the alliance's continued relevance post-1991. Coming back to Lavrov. Lavrov criticized subsequent Ukrainian administrations under President Petro Poroshenko and Vladimir Zelensky for their policies against the Russian language and culture, enacting severe limitations on its usage across various societal facets. Despite Moscow's calls for Western countries to denounce these actions, which he claims also infringe upon Ukraine's constitution, Lavrov asserted that such discriminatory policies were never publicly condemned by any of Ukraine's Western allies, reinforcing the narrative of a unilateral Western support for Ukraine amidst ongoing legal violations. Foreign Minister Sergey Lavrov has described Ukraine's conflict as a manifestation of broader Western intentions to strategically weaken Russia, suggesting that any actions taken in support of this goal, including those condoning Nazism, are overlooked by the West. This perspective aligns with statements from Russian President Vladimir Putin, who articulated that the conflict could have been averted if the West had respected Moscow's security concerns. Instead, Putin notes these concerns were disregarded as NATO expanded towards Russia's borders by integrating Eastern European countries and former Soviet states. Putin has also emphasized that Russia's military actions in Ukraine aim to denazify and demilitarize the country and protect Donbass's population from what he perceives as aggression from Kiev. This narrative was further reinforced by referendums in the autumn of 2022, where two Donbass republics and two other regions formerly part of Ukraine expressed a desire to join Russia. Lavrov's comments underscore a sentiment of frustration towards Western policies and actions, portraying them as indiscriminately supportive of Ukraine, irrespective of the nature of its policies or actions, including those that Moscow deems supportive of Nazism. To fully comprehend Lavrov's allegations and the intricate details involved, it is crucial to explore the systematic expansion of NATO towards the East. We have covered this topic in depth in a video released earlier today. I highly recommend watching it for a comprehensive understanding of the subject matter.